Hello everyone, my name is Jack and this is Homebrew Heroes, where I share with you all some homebrew content for the game, Dungeons & Dragons. Today, to celebrate the first anniversary of this channel, let's go back to where it all began.
Item number 69, the watercolor titled Exchanging Fluids by Brian Swords of York.
Ah! Nope, don't think it's here. Move along. And stop. Just like I did 1 year ago, I'll be talking about a brand new Barbarian subclass based on the Doomslayer from Animal Crossing New Horizons. The link to this subclass can be found in the description below, as well as the first Doomslayer video, which inspired me to continue making videos on homebrew content for viewers like you. Thank you all for stopping by and listening to me ramble about the many ways to play as 300-pound beefcakes with a penchant for violence. And I will continue to do so. With all that said, let's begin. The new Doomguy subclass is called the Path of the Doomslayer and was created by Reddit user SethBlackwood. This subclass may share the same title as the other Barbarian Doomslayer classes that I've talked about in the past, like the Path of the Doomslayer and the Path of the Doomslayer with no space in between Doom and Slayer, but this one functions slightly differently, as its main source of strength comes from its rage. The good one. We don't talk about the other ones. The first feature is Armored Destroyer. You'll get to start off your game with proficiency in heavy armor and in firearms. Official rules on firearms can actually be found on page 267 and 268 in the Dungeon Master's Guide, or just about anywhere on the internet. You can also use rage while wearing heavy armor, and if you perform a critical hit on a creature while you're raging, the creature is stunned until the start of your next turn. This is helpful against any kind of enemy, except that normally when a barbarian performs a crit against a creature, the creature tends to be, well, unalive. At level 6, you'll become Forged in Hell. This feature prevents you from being charmed or frightened while you're raging. If you're already charmed or frightened, you can still rage and suspend those effects until your rage ends. The next feature is every Slayer's 3 favorite words: MICROTRANSACTIONS. Rip and tear. If you're within 5 feet of a stunned or paralyzed creature, you can use a bonus action to brutalize them, dealing damage equal to your current Barbarian level times 3. Since you get this at level 10, you'll be able to deal 30 points of damage automatically to that helpless creature. SethBlackwood edited this feature in the Reddit comments, changing it from an action to a bonus action, so that you can try to stun them as an action with Armored Destroyer, then you can hit them with the good old ripping and the tearing. That's the only way for this Barbarian to naturally stun a creature, which might seem underwhelming and hard to perform. But there are many ways to stun and paralyze a creature, most of which is going to require some good old teamwork from your friends.
That was the stun setting. This is not.
The stun condition can be inflicted by the following: your Armored Destroyer feature, like I mentioned earlier, the Monk's Stunning Strike feature, some items like the Hammer of Thunderbolts and the Storm Boomerang, and some spells like Contagion, Divine Word, and Psychic Crush from Unearthed Arcana. When it comes to paralyzing, that can be inflicted by spells like Hold Person and Hold Monster, and with some items like the Wand of Paralysis and the Holy Symbol of Ravenkind. Overall, if you are best friends with a monk or a spellcaster, or you just happen to find yourself an item that can inflict one of those two conditions, you shouldn't have a problem utilizing this feature throughout your adventure. The final feature is Empowered Rage. When you first perform Rage, you can apply one of 4 benefits to yourself for the entire duration of your Rage. You can either treat any damage die of 3 or less as a 4, you'll gain resistance to all damage types except for psychic damage, your walking speed is increased by 20 feet and your jump distance is tripled, or your unarmed attacks count as magical. They'll deal an extra 1d10 bludgeoning damage, and you can attack 3 times as an action if all 3 attacks are unarmed attacks. This can help you out depending on your situation, like gaining some extra speed to chase somebody down, or gaining damage resistances to take in a lot of hits. Although this shares the same name as the other 2 Doom subclasses, this version is less about weaponizing the Barbarian with firearm benefits and advanced weaponry, and more about turning rage into the deadliest ability in D&D. I think you'll have to tinker this a little bit to get the most out of Rip and Tear, but other than that, this is a solid subclass to use if you want to play as everyone's favorite killing machine. Now go and become eternal.
A man has fallen into the river in Lego City.
And with that, that was the Path of the Doomslayer subclass for Dungeons & Dragons. Let me know in the comments your thoughts of this subclass down below. And check out some of my other videos, like my aforementioned first video about D&D, where I go over 3 other Doomslayer subclasses. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like and subscribe for more homebrew content and other things eternal. Till next time, bye.